Morning. Cheers, everyone. Yum.
Nana Mott says just made it for the Queen.
Just made it for the Queen? What? What? It is indeed coffee time. It is a rather cold morning for Melbourne. I know, not the same as the EU. And it is pitch black outside. It is so dark. Anyway, I should really turn some lights on. Nah, I like sitting in the dark. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all well. Hope you all had a great week. I have just been doing Groundhog Day every day. Manufacturing, packing, bags, labels, building, soldering, shipping, packing, manufacturing, packing labels, soldering, shipping. Good morning, Michael. You're up early. Laser cutter is uber busy, so I'm just waiting and watching the stream. Cool. COVID gone. COVID is not gone. It is lingering. Had a few days where I didn't have my cough, but my cough came back with a vengeance. Otherwise, I'm fine. Yeah, like yeah. I still need more coffee. I might have to make myself a second one in about 10 minutes, I think. The famous Twitch star, Johnny Bergdale's in the chat. Yay. All hail Johnny. Woohoo. Just kidding. Yeah. Okay. So, today's going to be an interesting one. I have a lot of soldering to do. And, you know, you all love watching me solder. So, I thought I would sit and solder. Yeah. So what happened was, I released my Reflow Master Pro to my patrons. But I released it. Oh my gosh. Like, 2 years ago I started this. Talk about the longest dragged out project ever. But it's actually arrived at some people's places already, and obviously some people overseas, it's going to take a while to get there. I shipped them on Monday. The very first Reflow Master Pros. It's really exciting. I never thought it was going to happen. I am very worried about what's going to happen when people start using the hardware. You know, I've been reflowing with it. There's only so much testing you can do, especially when the code is in active development. Well, I'm going to... so that's the thing, right? Now that patrons have had first dibs, which is fair enough, I now have a few more to solder up. I've got another 18 in here, which will be for just the general public. I can't make any more right now because I've got no more modules, but I just bought some more modules. So getting modules is impossible right now. Mauser and DigiKey, no one has stock of modules. And I had to beg Espressive to sell me some modules, which they have. So I paid for them yesterday, but it'll probably be a week before I get them. They'll ship them this week. They'll come DHL, but you know. So I'll be able to make another 120 Reflow Master Pros. Which, look, who knows? You know, I don't even have enough max chips at the moment to do that many. But I bought some more of those as well. They haven't shipped yet though. Oh my gosh, talk about price hike on components. So the two thermocouple chips on the Reflow Master Pro alone is $10 US BOM cost just for those two chips. That is insane. Sorry, excuse me, I apologize. Johnny's got 16 followers. Wow, that is cool. Hey Ian, yes, shipping a new product is stressful, but this is a product that's just taken a long time, and it's ended up being a much more complex project, and anyway, it's pretty cool. I can actually I'm going to show you all it in a moment, before I start soldering. I'm really sorry, my cough might settle down. Obviously a lot of talking is not going to help, but first I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat. So Jack McMack. Good morning, Alan. Emery, hi. Joss, David Esser, Johnny, Bruce, hello, Dave Hines, Ray. I'm sorry. If it gets too much, I'll just stop streaming. And if it annoys anyone, I'll understand if you disappear. I'll try to turn away and not cough into the microphone. Embedded Hobbyist, hello. Braden, hi. James, good morning, James. Dutch Taurus, John Micking, hello. Ian, Rota, Paul, Siegfried, hello. Adam P, Mr. England, Christopher, Emelo, I hope that is correct. If not, apologies. Deshipu, hi. Superdoo, 10:30, and your brain has to reboot. Okay. Hope it worked. Hope you didn't get a guru meditation error. Michael, yes, good morning. Sid, hello. Clem, hello. Maymakes. Christian, hi. Monster Mark, hello. Graham. Quindor, hello. It jumped. Okay, I'm going to go backwards now. Luminator, hi. Paul. Technology, hello. Andrew Conway. DIY in the Ghetto, hello. Just wait till you get back to the Laura project. They're even harder to find. Yeah, well, actually that's kind of on hold now. What? Bruce just said 17 now. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You just turned 17? Hey Mike, what's up? Sorry, okay. Are you going to... What? Are they going on my store? Yes. Yes, they'll go on my store. Well, I got to solder them first. But yes, they're going on my store. And as I said, I'm only going to have like 18. Maybe even, 17. I don't know how many I'm going to have on initial release until I get the rest of my modules. So, 17 Twitch followers. Right, okay. Now I understand. So yeah, they might go quick. I don't know. And they might not go at all. Do I have Pokemon cards? Hello, Bobby. No, I don't have Pokemon cards.
Alan Madsen says, do you plan ESP32H2 boards with ZigBee?
I don't. Well, H2 is non-existent. Like it's not even going into the sample stage till later in the year. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not planning. Look, yeah. Who knows? I can't tell you right now. I can't even manage the product range I've got. I can't get on top of that. I'm just. So, yesterday, a silly example, it's just numbers, right? But yesterday, I ticked 12 things off my list of things to do, and I still fell behind. Like, I'm further behind this morning than what I was yesterday morning after completing...
Ghetto says feel better.
Thanks, mate. After completing 12 things off my list. So, I'm just... every day I'm drowning just a little bit more. So yeah, I mean, and I'm already adding more to my product range. Like right now I'm panelizing my all of my 3-up shields. I've been working on that. Let me just switch. Excuse me. I've been working on those. There was a bug with KaiKit which Jan fixed for me last night. Which was really good overnight, so I re-grabbed it this morning, and so yeah, like I'm panelizing these. These are going to go into production into JLCPCB today after the stream. I'm going to make all 4 types. The ones that I prototyped the other day that I showed, and so that's another lot of stuff I need to manufacture. When I released my Reflow Master Pros to my patrons, I also released, finally, with them, my fan controller boards. Oops. My iron fan... They're basically like MOSFET switches, so you can drive fans or other things with the controller. And I didn't really think people were going to grab those, and I sold out of those as well. So I've got more panels of those coming, new panels of those coming, and I have to manufacture stacks of those. And it's just... Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, So the thought of adding... I'm interested in the C6.
Mate says it just has soldering party, so Arturo 128 won't get royalties for the name.
Well, it's not solder party, it's a soldering party. But if Arturo wants commission, I'll, yeah. That's why I never started to do this in the first place. Less pressure. Right. It's quite demoralising looking at the to-do list. Especially when it keeps growing and not shrinking. So the C6 I'm interested in. I'm probably going to make something with that. The H2, I don't know. It's we'll see. It's too far away still. So do I have any Dragon Ball cards? No. Bobby, I think you might have come to the wrong stream. Possibly. So I'm going to turn the lights on. Everyone mute if you need to. Alexa, turn on fire. Whoa. Jesus. I forgot to cover my eyes. So, here, this is... Oh, no, it's not dusty. It's just got crap all over the screen. I've still got the cover on it. So this is the Reflow Master Pro. Is that even visible? It's a bit better. Obviously the thermocouples aren't connected to anything right now. This is what the final board looks like, obviously without all the through-hole soldering on it. And so these are all the boards I need a hand solder. There's a lot of hand soldering. There's 14 and 5 times 4, 20, so 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. 51 soldering points per board. I need a hand solder. Yeah, not overly efficient. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Michael and I have been working on getting the code better and more features and stuff. It's an ongoing thing. We're still calling the code beta, and it'll stay beta for quite a while. Hey, Yumbo Prime. No, I'm not going to say that in Beta Hobbyist. That's funny. Hey, STG Electronics. How you doing? You came to watch me out bad soldering again, did you? You always join and watch me do bad soldering. Anyway, so menus have had a complete overhaul. Menus have now got multiple menus. Anything in green is a sub menu, and so you can pretty much control the whole thing via these 4 buttons. But we are expanding all the settings to be on the website as well. And a big change that we just made is that we were blocking reflow and bake access when the web server was running, but we're now not, and we're just making settings not changeable, so you can't do something silly, and that's going to allow control of certain things via the web. For instance, one of the things that I've added is you do have the ability, for those that really want it, is you can change from the classic reflow mode to PID. But adjusting your PID settings in here is quite difficult, especially when you can't do it while it's reflowing. So that's an example where you'll be able to, if you want to use PID, so if you want to control something more fine-tunedly, like you want to use it on a hot plate or something specific where you want ultimate tuning.
Alan Madsen says, what will the price be for the Master Pros?
You'll have to wait and see. $5,000. No. You'll have to wait and see. Yep. You'll be able to, so the idea is that in PID mode, you'll be able to go to the web and you'll be able to tune the PID settings live while it's reflowing. Excuse me. Some other cool things we've added, we've now got profiles for baking. And so as you can see here, there's just
Jack Mac says I can use that to cure silver epoxy.
Alan Madsen says, is that USD or AUD?
Everything I sell is in USD. Yep. So we've got different profiles for baking now. And, oh, okay, there's a bug. Got to fix. Not blanking that out properly. So it's got two different profiles in there. But what we've done is, if I just switch over to here, on the web interface now, this is the web interface. Not only can you add, edit, I'll make that a bit bigger, add, edit, and delete, and copy.
Alan Madsen says $5,000 maybe take 20 then.
Cool, no worries. I can't make 20. I've only got 18 right now. So not only can you add, edit, and profiles, but you can also now create your own bake profiles. So if there's something that you bake a lot, or as Jack McMack was saying about like procuring silver epoxy, you might have a particular.
Madsen says that the order is off lol.
Oh well, sorry. Your own graphics. It's using just basically the Adafruit graphics library at the back end, but it's all my UI stuff. Yeah, it's bacon. Yeah, sorry, I'm just scrolling back to what did I miss? Yeah, the screen's pretty quick. The ESP32 is pretty fast, and it can handle the SPI pretty fast. Anyway, so you can create your own. So if you've got something very specific, you can just click add, and you give it a profile name, temperature, and times in minutes. But you can make it honestly. There's no cap on it. I think one of the things that Keen wants to do is 48-hour bakes. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can do that. So you can create and manage your own bake profiles as well as Reflow. And for those that aren't aware, the Reflow profiles, actually I'll just edit one, it gives you a full graphical view of your profile while you're editing them. So really easy profile management, baking management, and then of course
Siegfried Homanto says I added to my controller the profile called tea time when I want to put on my hot plate the tea.
There you go. You see? Perfect. Still have to add all the settings here. So it's an ongoing thing. One thing we do have working now, which is pretty cool, you'll see here firmware version beta 2. If I check this out. Just bear with me a moment. Come on. Sorry, it's just I'm logging into my server, my VPN. So we now have did that save? Okay, so if I just go back to here, so you can just hit the web button and to disconnect the web server. So when we start the web server up, it does a version check, and look, new firmware available. It lets you know on here if there's a firmware update. And the same thing on here on the web page is it'll tell you on here. And although it looks pretty ugly right now, we haven't finished yet, but it's a web flashing tool. So see some fancy text info here. Anyway, this won't work on Safari. It's Chrome and Edge only, but you don't need any IDEs or anything else. You can just update your Reflow Master Pro just by plugging it in via the website to download new firmware, which is pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, it's taken a long time, but it's pretty cool device. Very happy with it, and now I have a lot of soldering to do. Bake profile for pizza. Yeah, lead-free pizza. Okay, yeah, no. Does it keep the old settings after firmware upgrade? Yeah, settings are kept on the SD card. So, and settings are even backed up when you modify them, which is pretty cool. Which solid state relay do you recommend with Master Pro? I don't have one I can show you right now because they're all connected to my ovens, but just a, you know, not a cheap $10 Chinese one. Okay, don't buy a cheap $10 Chinese one. You get what you pay for.
Ian says, does it support an exhaust fan?
It has controls for up to 2 auxiliaries. They're called auxiliaries. That is upside down. So, if I go into settings, auxiliary outputs, select, auxiliary 1, on. So you...
Siegfried Homanto says cheap Chinese SSR costs $5.
Sorry, well, don't even buy a $5 one. Buy a decent one, a good one, because you're mucking around with AC. So right now, the idea is to add more auxiliary types, but for now there are fans, and what you can do is set the you can actually have the fan enabled during reflow. Oh my god, I touched the kill switch with my finger. I do that often. So obviously, yeah, it's not really designed. So I was holding it here with my finger. That's the kill switch. I shorted it. So let's not do that. Character settings. Okay, keep my hand away this time. So toggle. So you can set the fan during reflow. So it's set to 10% speed, and then you can set it for cooldown afterwards, 100% speed, and then you can set it for how long you want it to run for after the reflow is finished, and how long you want it to run for after the bake is finished if you want to cool down during the bake. And then the same with the second fan. So you can actually have up to 2 fans. And scrollable settings. And the idea is that other things can be added later, like linear actuators or other control mechanisms as well. So yeah, up to 2 fan controls. And
Ian says, great, I will defo order one then.
cool. And what you've got is these are 5-volt switches for the fan controls, right? But as I said, I've got one of the options for the unit is you can also grab 1 or 2 of these, which are my fan controllers, which are up to 24-volt MOSFET switches, opto-isolated switches. So you can connect that to the Reflow Master Pro, and then you got your load over here, and you can either power it via barrel jack or via screw terminal. So I've got these hanging off mine on my oven to control 12-volt fans. But if you want to just plug in a 5-volt fan, you can do that as well, just like on the Reflow Master original one. Fan after reflow finish could be until you get into the specific temperature. And after reflow finished. Yeah, doing it by temperature isn't necessarily great. I don't know, because yeah. Anyway, first 2 PCB. I can't promise you it's the first 2. Hey Johan, current limit for 5-volt fans. No, you're not powering it via 5 volts here. It's a switch. Oh, I guess you technically could. Well, your current limit is going to be limited by whatever power you've got coming in. But, you know, you don't really want to be pulling more than a couple of 100 milliamps on a 5-volt fan. If you need something more powerful than that, put an external 5-volt source. You can even use one of these with a 5-volt source, and then you can pull up to an amp. These are rated for 5 to 24 volts DC. I say up to an amp. The actual FETs on here can go much higher, but they're not heat-sinked FETs. I don't have the room to put a heat-sinked FET on here. So even though the FETs are rated to like 5 amps, they say, no way can you run 5 amps through them without heat sinking. So I say 1 amp, and if you put anything more than 1 amp, and I've pulled 1 amp through them and they're fine. If you want to do more than 1 amp and blow it up, that's up to you. These won't be on Tindy yet. They'll be on my store first. Eventually to Tindy. I don't have enough stock. It's simple as that. I don't have enough stock. Parts are impossible to find. I can't even source any more of my switches, my on-off switches. Not this switch here, but the... so these are a soft switch. So you push and hold to turn off. Right? And you push and hold to turn on. They're not like they're a tactile switch, right? But even these ICs aren't the ones I want. They take too long to push to hold. I want...
Siegfried Homanto says, super cool project, we must all say. Thank you.
No worries, thank you. So, just, yeah, silicon is just, as many of you know, is a nightmare. I wasn't going to release these because I couldn't get any more modules, and I thought I was going to have to completely redesign them and go bare silicon on here. But thankfully, as I said, I've managed to secure another 120 modules, so I can make some more boards as soon as I get them. Okay, let's start soldering, I think. Yeah? What do you reckon? Nicely used for an electric beer brewing system. Well, that I can't... Maybe. Maybe. I don't do beer brewing. Oh, look at that. Oh, how's that for moody? Look, I've set up a camera so you can watch me solder. And I'm going to have to turn my fan on because of my breathing. I'm going to have to... I need the exhaust fan on, so I'm sorry about that. The noise, I'm going to do that now. Alexa, turn on Save My Life. Gonna see some JBC action with my...
Manto says manicure done.
No manicure is done. No. Doing my big tip. Well, for me it's a big tip, Steve. Big tip. I wonder if I can get this closer. So you can... let me see if I can... Whoa, that's a bit of a blowout, but I gotta be careful I don't get it in my way. Excuse me, I'm so sorry about the coughing. Let me see if I can focus this. Focus it better. It's just a webcam. That's the one I'm going to be working on. Well, a few of them. How's that? Is that okay? Maybe I need to shift the picture over a bit. As far as I can go. I got the Rona. Yes, and I'm still recovering. And it's not a... No, I'm not using the nano station. Why would I use a nano station for large solder joints? My god, there's not enough thermal mass for that. So you know that. I'm going to move this camera. Hope no one gets sick. Here's my nano station, by the way. Sorry about the mess. So there's my nano station. And there's my regular. Oh, look how dusty that is. I need to clean. So that's what I'm going to use now. My normal station. But there is my nano station. Yeah, I can't do that. Not enough thermal mass on them. Okay, I'm gonna...
Ian says it's not the coughing that kills you, it's the coughing they carry you off in.
Right, but... this coughing is so annoying. Like, so annoying. Okay, I've lost... Where's my other pair of glasses? Oh, come on. Sion, where'd you put your glasses? I'm gonna have to use my... Oh, found them. Buried. Okay, which means I'm not gonna be able to see the chat. You are Alexa, are you, Bobby? Yeah. Cool.
Robbie says, evening all late again, but glad to make it.
Hey Rob, nice to see you. Actually, I don't need those yet. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, I can't solder until to put lots of buttons on. Here we go. 2 cameras and suction heads. What? 2 cameras. Lots of buttons. Lots of buttons. Okay, so I'm not sure this is a great camera angle. Maybe that's better. Okay. So I'm pretty far away from the chat and even from the microphone. Hopefully you can still see me. Have a nice stream. Thanks for the info. See you later, Joss. Well, I'm not releasing them tonight. Like, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be a couple of days still till I release them. I've still got... There's a whole lot of marketing and I don't have any documentation yet. I haven't finished the documentation. Like, they went out to patrons as, here you go, have fun, you're on your own. Okay, so what I normally do is that in focus? Kind of. I normally put together a few and then just sit soldering for a bit. These buttons are a pain to get on sometimes. I have to be careful that I haven't bent a leg when I'm putting them in. So then I've got to desolder the whole button, which sucks. And some of these buttons come with bent legs already. Anyone that needs one of these can fiddle through the menus and get it going. Okay, I don't know anything about the pace stations. Oh, come on. Okay, so gotta check all the pins. I got distracted the other day. I was talking to Michael while I was soldering and bent some pins and then had the joys of having to fix them. Can you all hear me okay with the microphone so far away? I hope so.
Siegfried Homanto says, from my experience, the biggest problem with SSR is that when they fail, they usually fail in the on position. So switch on the board
So switch on the board what? Oh, right. Sorry, yeah, you ran out of text. The E-kill on the board will, if the
says Mike level fine.
Okay, thanks Max. Yeah, well, I've got a reflow oven. I've got a proper reflow oven on my production line. But I'll often, if I'm just prototyping, just use my toaster oven and my Reflow Master or my Pro, so I don't have to heat up my conveyor just to reflow 1 or 2 boards. Doesn't make a lot of sense. If the SSR dies in an on position, there's not really much I can do about that, but if the Reflow Master Pro dies or you hit the kill switch, it'll shut everything down. Like there won't be any high signal from that. Okay, let's start with these, I think. Okay. Excuse me. Let's go. Why is this not rolling? Have I got my... Oh. Oh no. My solder has got stuck on the wheel. There we go. Okay, flexy, flexy. Ooh. Going on with my iron. Okay. So, lots of fun.
Saxy Susan says it is not the cough that carries you off, it is the coffin they carry you off in.
Siegfried Homanto says switch the profile for the iron beer.
So this is SN100 solder, SN100C, which gives a very nice finish, but it says yuck with the flux. It's very messy. I mean, the board's going to get ultrasonically cleaned, which is fine, but looks god awful.
Says lots of fans with blades.
Blades, lots of fans with blades. Okay, that's one, but that's only some soldering. So much nicer if the world got over the whole lead-free situation and we could all go back to leaded paste and leaded solder. How cool will that be?
Craig Seckles says 1-0.
Was that your count? The count impersonation? That's two.
Siegfried Homanto says forget it. Today EU announced end to Apple connectors since
Copy.
2024, only USB Type-C in Europe.
Yeah, it's pretty funny how regulators in Europe, government officials, think that they can make decisions like that and actually force people's hands. Like, it's up to Apple if they want to do that or not. It's not up to regulators. Honestly. Like, anyway, whatever. I'm not going to get into that discussion on the stupidity of government telling companies how to build their products. Like, really? It's ridiculous. Okay.
Siegfried Homanto says actually sometimes regulators do great job. Roaming cost before was up to $10 per minute. Today is less than $1.
No, that's different though. That has nothing to do with technology. That has regulating pricing, regulating stuff, accessibility is one thing. Regulating what USB port a company puts on their device, that's bullshit. Sorry. That has nothing to do with anything. That doesn't help or hinder anyone. They think they're being clever by forcing USB-C so people have one standard port, but they don't realise that USB-C is so fractured and you can't just plug one power adapter, USB power adapter, into every device and have it work. They've all got completely different charging requirements. right? What you're going to end up with is people blowing up their devices because they're putting the wrong or inappropriate cable or charging adapter into some hardware, right? Like regulators, they're freaking stupid. They no idea what they're doing, right? It's not. It's like regulators in Europe and coming and telling someone that this is the chip.
Homanto says you are right and you are wrong. Do you remember that Nokia had 4 power connectors at once?
I don't remember what Nokia had, but the point is, regulators have no place in telling hardware company how to design their hardware. That's just bullshit. Or a software company how to design their software. Regulating pricing, accessibility, stuff like that, fine. But really, okay, I have a problem with my solder. So I've got a solder reel, yeah, like this, and the solder keeps getting caught. It keeps coming off and getting caught on the side here, and then it won't turn anymore, and that's really annoying. And I don't know why it's doing it. It's a new reel. Well, it's about a week old. I don't know why it's getting jammed. It's very frustrating.
Renee Bush says had a USB-C charger that constantly puts out 12 volt, almost fried my phone.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't just make a blanket decision like that. You can't ignore what the hardware requires just to think you're doing the right thing by consumers. And like, okay, so standardizing on an EV charger plug, I know sounds like a good thing, and I think that's a better use of people's time because they're so new. You're not talking about, like, you're talking about a place that people have to go to charge a car, for instance, right? Very different to billions and billions of devices in people's hands. Like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's honestly, the flux on this thing looks terrible. Okay, so now I need to get some headers. Lots of headers. Can you even see them? No. 14 pin headers, they go on next. And the nice thing is, I don't even have to support it.
Zyfred Homanto says Lightning connector is not capable of carrying more amperes than USB Type-C.
But it doesn't need to. Anyway. See, it's just on straight automatically. Oh, I don't know if you can even see that. Just the way it's designed, it sits perfectly flat. Anyway. So, with a company like Apple, right, whether you like them or not, it's beside the point. A company like Apple that produce so much product, okay, that design stuff and plan stuff years in advance, right, that know their products better than anyone and know their customer base better than anyone. If they thought moving to USB-C on their iPhones already was the right thing to do, they would have done it. They are one of the most forward-thinking companies in existence. Whether you like them or not, doesn't matter. They are one of the most forward-thinking companies. They take risks and do things way before anyone else. They moved to Thunderbolt before anyone else did. They moved to USB-C before anyone else did. They moved to, like, they don't have any problems taking risks or gambles on their decisions. And if they thought the phone should be using USB-C already, they would have done it. And there would be a compelling reason why they haven't, right? And a government or regulatory body forcing their hand for no other reason than, or for stupid reasons, for uneducated reasons, is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's my thoughts. You know, it's no different really than, and this is going to start a whole, I apologise if this starts a political discussion. Not really political, but whatever. Like, it's the whole thing about how, at least in Australia, the Australian...
Siegfried Homanto says Apple is forward business thinking, not necessarily forward technology thinking, let us be honest.
Saxy Susan says...
Disagree.
Long live Spa.
I disagree. I think you're 100% wrong on that, Siegfried, sorry. 100% wrong. They are way more forward-thinking technology than any other company that I know of. They push the limits and the boundaries. They are first in almost everything that they do. That's interesting. There's a whole... I need to get my solder sucker. Hang on. But anyway, I'm going to go back to what I was going to say about the Australian government, who set rules for companies on how they can employ and not employ and fire and treat staff. Like, there gets a point where a government should not be involved in the day-to-day operations of companies and businesses. Nice shot. That was perfect. Right? So, for instance, if I have an employee and they come into the office with a sledgehammer and they destroy every bit of equipment I have, yeah, in my office, through rage, whatever else, yeah, I cannot fire them. How's that? I have to caution them, I have to give them a warning.
Siegfried Homanto says you might be right, but if you consider that widgets on iPhones came 10 years after Android.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hardware. I'm talking about technology. Widgets is not technology. Sorry. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I have to, not only do I have to, I can only give them a warning, and I have to pay for counselling for them. I have to pay. Yay! Hey, crazy boy. Okay, my solder's stuck again. This is pissing me off. I'm gonna have to take it off this thing. I don't know why it's getting stuck. Like, how ridiculous is that the government tell me that I can't fire a staff member if they come in and do $1 million worth of damage in my office. Like, anyway, I think governments should just get out of the way. They should govern. Okay. I really dislike this solder, I have to say. Really dislike. Okay, that's 3. Good idea with passcode, just announced it, but I won't commit to one party or the solution. Yeah, well, it's not though. It's not a one party. They're working with.
SDG Electronics says, what alloy are you using?
This is SN100C. And yeah, like when it comes to leaded, to unleaded, there's not really a lot of nice choice. SN100C's got a really nice finish on it, but I don't like the flux in it. The way the flux activates is just really makes it quite hard to work with. I'd rather be using just multi-core.
Absolutely says, how are you? And the family now, are you feeling better?
I am feeling better. I've got a lingering cough, but I'm feeling better. Thank you for asking. Laws come to pass because people, instead of using common sense or push things too far. Possibly.
SDG Electronics says, I will be showing SC100E, SAC 305 and SAC 405 shortly.
Ooh. So what's the difference? Okay. I thought about buying. Like, I use SAC 305 for my reflow. I thought about using that for soldering, but I've been told that it's not as nice to solder with. But I don't know. I don't like this either. And this was
Absolutely says I will be showing a Z80 SBC modular kit soon. Not the same, I know, but hey ho.
This is supposed to be one of the best to work with, but I just don't like it. And I don't like reflowing with it either, personally. Okay, so now they need screw terminals. Oh, I might have a few of those. Just a few.
SDG Electronics said SC100 looks good, but I found rapid corrosion of the solder tips.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay, I don't want that either. So Scott asked, am I required to use lead-free? Well, it's kind of, you know, the world doesn't accept leaded solder on the products. And, you know, it's a tricky situation. There's actually nothing wrong with leaded solder. And once, like, yeah. Like, they claim it's from a safety point of view. It's more from a disposing point of view. From a safety point of view, the chemicals in the lead-free flux are way more dangerous for you than lead in the solder is. But, you know, whatever. Again, that's government officials knowing better than the industry that they're governing.
Absidy says Red Tape Brigade in action.
Yeah. So anyway, like I'd rather just be using, as I said, I'll be using my multi-core. Why won't this go in? Okay, that really hurt. Ow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's get these on now. And I also need... Normally I'd have just all of this laid out all over my desk. I wouldn't be getting them out a bit at a time. So I need some coffee is what I need.
Siegfried Homanto says sometimes, if not always, business knows better what is lower cost rather than what is really better.
But the lead, like, you don't, like, people don't get lead poisoning from working with leaded solder. Like, it's well documented that, you know, it's not a problem. But people actually get sick from the fumes from lead-free. Like, it's way more toxic. Anyway, whatever. I'm
Saxy Susan says you can if you eat it.
Well, yes. Well, if you eat it, like, I'm not recommending anyone eats any type of solder. You know, let's... knocked it. Okay, let's try that again.
Absidy says you can get sick from scented candle smoke.
Oh, you get sick from lots of things. You can get sick from putting petrol in your car.
Siegfried Homanto says the word lead is scary, so Red Brigade stick to that. What is popular?
I understand that it's probably got an environmental impact when disposing, but I reckon that there is other chemicals inside electronics that's way worse than the lead in the solder, personally. But I don't know. I'm not a chemist. I'm not an environmentalist. All I know is that the reasons you hear why we can't use leaded from a consumer access point of view is just bullshit, really. In my opinion, my uneducated opinion. God, I hate this solder. We should need to take
It's
a vote.
only this long. T says cat's getting fatter.
Ian says, I would like to reflow a few politicians.
Reflow some politicians. That's quite funny. Okay, well that's one done. One. Woohoo! Okay. We should take a vote.
Long T says job justification only.
Job justification. What? We should take a vote. Who wants a Reflow Master Pro with leaded solder? Excuse me.
Siegfried Homanto says with the lead-free profile they would not suffer for long. Better on bake profile.
Saxy Susan says I do.
You want one with lead?
Long you says please.
All these people want them with lead. Yay! I'm just gonna go back. No, I can't. I can't. I don't claim any of. I mean, yeah, I don't claim any of my products are ROHS compliant. I don't do things that make them not be compliant, but I don't like get any certification done on them. I don't buy components that are not ROHS compliant.
Is it Christmas yet? Says how many smoke extractors do you have?
I just have one extractor. What do you mean? Stay still. Why is this not staying still today?
Is it Christmas yet? Says left and right of the work area.
You just want an RFM. Oh, Reflow Master. What? I have one, I then recycle the smoke. What are we talking about? I do pay to get everything in RHS versions and done RHS just to make sure. That's right, like I don't, like I will...
Is it Christmas yet? Says Cian is a Reflow Master.
Cian is not a Reflow Master. Is it Christmas? What? I'm reflowing with lead solder, still isn't fitting that my controller should be... Right, Dave. Can I tell you, like, reflowing with leaded solder paste is like 1,000,000 times better. As in, it reflows better, the amount of rework is negligible to nothing. Like the amount of tombstoning you get or other issues like just disappears. The wetting of the pads is better. Everything about working with leaded paste is better. Everything. Just not allowed to do it. So frustrating. Okay, that's 2.
Sean, it says, what fan do you use on your oven?
I have they're just 12 volt PC type fans. Let me see if I can find. Sorry, I'm not at my. I just moved away from the desk. I actually just tidied up and I put a whole bunch of them away. They're just 12 volt fans.
Is it Christmas yet? Says is that the fan we helped you hunt for the other week. Matt says it's better under any aspect until it finishes in the landfield.
Results with unleaded GC2 just. Oh, I've got fully repeatable results.
Scott L says, did you forgot the barrel jack?
Yeah, I'll get a solder the barrel jacks on. That's a really good point. Thanks. So they're not finished. Good point. Do that now. Yeah, I got fine results with lead, like with my SAC 305. Like I've reflowed. Oh my God, I don't know now how many tens of thousands of boards with it. It's just that it's still not as nice as working with lead. Like it's just the way it is, unfortunately. So these barrel jacks are a pain. You got to put them on, and then you got to get them straight because the way the plastic is molded is a pain. Okay, now we have one finished. the next one. Not that one. That one. No, a jig for soldering in this case doesn't. I don't need it. Like, trust me, I've now soldered a lot of these. It won't really help. Like, I'm doing this distracted on a stream. I'm not using my glasses the way I normally, like, you know, the way I normally solder these up. It's quicker to do than what I'm doing right now, and easier. But you don't have to take my word for it. That's okay. Like, these stay in, right? I mean, these are easy. You put them in. Well, that one didn't, but you know, put them in and they're down, right? Like, that would be the same amount of work to get that in a solder jig, and it's there. I'm having more trouble with this reel of solder getting jammed, or that happening. See, that was a solder. That was my solder. Freaking sorry. I did not expect to be fighting with my solder today. Really. Do would use solder pot for through hole? Yeah, I'm not risking a solder pot. I'd spill it everywhere. I'd burn my office down with the solder pot. 100%. I'd end up in the hospital. To be ROHS compliant, you just need to keep a record of all the components. Yeah, I understand. Like, well, no. To be compliant, yes. To be certified, you need to actually be certified, right? Like, I stay ROHS compliant. I do my best to do that, but like on these boards, I'm using lead-free hassle. I'm not going ENIG because it just adds too much cost to the board for no reason. You know, I've got lead-free hassle, I've got lead-free paste, I've got lead-free solder, and all my components are supposed to be ROHS compliant. So, you know, that's about all I can really do. But am I going to go pay exorbitant money to get them certified? No. Because that's just silly. Never use just sit on a reel on a sim. I never used to use it either, and then I bought one and it's great, except on this reel for some reason it keeps jamming. I think I need to put a spacer in there. Okay, that's 3. God, 15 to go. 15 to go just on this batch. Wow. And yes, I could ship these without having them soldered, and you could solder them yourself, but then I can't test them. So, if people want a DIY Reflow Master Pro where they have to do the hand soldering themselves, and you're willing to take a board that's not tested, we can talk about that. I've been looking at soldering robots. Very expensive. I know you can buy cheap ones from China, but they're really shit. They're really hard to work with. Good night, Andy Mouse. Catch you later. Do it, Bruce. Replace the drive before you get more degradation. Do it while it's still running. Oh, come on. God, this solder sucks. I'm soldering at 400 degrees and it still sucks. Oh, almost forgot one. I don't think I can sit here during the stream and do 18 of these. Do you reckon I could do 18? I don't want to do that. That'd be like a nightmare. See, people have already left. Partly because it's late, and partly because they're finding this boring. And I don't blame them. I also find this boring. Excuse me. Maybe I'll stop at 4. Maybe I'll stop at 4 and I'll finish panelizing those things in KiCad. And then order them. What do you reckon? Should we do some panelizing? Okay. That is 4. Catch you later, Rhoda. Thanks for joining. See, Mad Techie's falling asleep, or has fallen asleep. Is this? No, it's S2 based. Cold coffee now. It's ESP32 S2. It doesn't need an S3 chip. Pulling backer paper off acrylic pieces, 315 pieces. Wow, yeah. It's satisfying taking paper off acrylic, but it gets really frustrating when you have to do a lot of it. You think Say and Logo are... Oh, they are too, thank you. I don't know why it does that. It just randomly stops after a certain period of time. It's back up now. S2 is 1 core and no Bluetooth, correct, but this doesn't need dual core and it doesn't need Bluetooth. And it works great. So I could increase the cost and put an S3 on here and a user would get absolutely zero gain from that. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And you can't get the S3 modules yet. They're only just gone into production. So yeah. And the S3 still got teething problems. Excuse me. So yeah, the biggest, as I said, the hardware's done. The software is fully.
Christmas yet, says teething problems.
Teething, yeah. There's teething problems with the S3 from a software point of view, Arduino point of view. You know, it's early. It's an early chip, right? There's always teething problems with new chips.
Super chat!
What? Jack McMack! Thanks, mate. That was not necessary. You just killed your Patreon discount.
What's up with them?
2 rows around my workshop. What? What are you talking about? No, I'm not going to elaborate. It's look in my the ESP32 S3 channel on Discord. There's people chatting about it. There's issues with resetting after flashing. There's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth issues. There's all sorts of things. It's a new chip. Like, it took them a year to get the S2 stable. It took them 2 years to get the original ESP32 stable, and the S3's been out for a few months still, right? So, hey, Dave Ball Jones. What are you talking about? What have you got around your office, Ian? Are you talking about cameras? What? Excuse me. Okay, well...
Is it Christmas yet, says, do you have dado trunking around your lap? See, and how do you manage your cabling?
What do you have dado trunking around my lap? No, I've just got cables all over the floor under my desks. Power dado rails. Okay, no, I've got, my power management cabling around here is terrible. I don't care. It's under my desk and I can't see it, and it's fine. and I'll worry about it if I ever move out, which is looking more and more likely all the time. So let's which one do I want? Boom, boom. So I'm going to finish these off. What do you reckon? I think that's a good idea.
Is it Christmas yet? Says, what do you do for power? Do you have a dedicated feed, or are you on the house normal ring?
Siegfried Homanto says, let's kick at something.
Well, we're gonna panelize, but not KiCad. Well, in KiCad. Anyway, I'm on a separate circuit, so everything in my office and the garage is all separate circuit. Garage and office is on one circuit, and then inside the garage I have a whole extra circuit which all my production line is on. So 2 circuits here, and then the circuit at the house. So I mean, it all comes through the one junction box, but then splits out. So yeah, except for my lights. My lights in here are on the same circuit as the house.
Is it Christmas yet? Says, one feed from the DNO.
One feed from the street to the house. From the house, split out.
Is
Okay.
it Christmas yet? Says, thank you.
No worries. So let's just make sure that the cutout looks correct, which it does.
Ingmar M says howdy from Tennessee :
Iggy, hello. What? You in Tennessee? What are you doing in Tennessee? I didn't know you were traveling. Excuse me. So I have to delete the V-score lines to be able to preview the board, because if I don't, it doesn't understand how to preview it, because the V-scores for JLCPCB have to be in the edge cut. See, so it does that. Training. Are you training or are you doing training? Pretty cool though. Be nice to travel again. What's it like being in the States? Okay, so I need to make sure I've got the right board profile loaded. And I hate, it's still got this multi-monitor bug, which is really annoying. Import, select all. Okay, good. And I now want to export it. Gerbers. I've got some ones I exported yesterday, but that was before I found the bug that Yarn fixed for me. Turn those off. Plot. Continue without refill. And drill holes. And that one is exported. So now let's make the next one. So it's my Docker. I'm doing it still from Docker. Although there is the ability to no. You can use KiKit now in the GUI on the Mac, but I'm not doing that. So where's my list of scripts? Here we go. I scripted it out. That way I've got them reproducible. So this is my 3-up with the proto. So I can just paste it in here. What? What did I do? Missing output. What have I done? Am I missing a something somewhere? Oh, what's that S there?
Ingmar M says I have not learnt anything new yet.
Oh, really? But work's paying for you to go there, so you get a holiday. That's nice. I mean, yeah, still. Waste of time. Okay, so KiCad. Shields, 3-up. panels. Okay, so I can now, so which one did I just do? My 3-up.
Ingmar M says lol. No comment.
So, no, my 3-up proto. So, Why is it dated 7:46 AM? Oh, it is 7:46 AM. Oh my god. Hey Dale. Hey Chris. Okay, so right, I have to add the fillets back on this one. The chamfer.
Is it Christmas yet? Says it's 10:46 PM Tuesday here.
It's not Christmas yet, no. So the nice thing is I can just keep running. I can modify, run the script, and then just keep reloading. Move it down here, get out of the way. So now I'll put the chamfers on the edges here. Also I want 4-hole tooling. What else do I need to do? Otherwise I think they are okay. So one more time. And I panelized these the other day and I realized that I didn't put mounting like fiducials on the board. So it would have been very hard to pick and place them. Hey Beata! Ooh, grocery shopping for ice cream. Yum. Hey Cable Tie. Didn't see you around. And hi to anyone I haven't said hi to. I should put another batch of raspberry ice cream in the freezer. Ooh, yum. I have mint choc chip ice cream in the freezer right now. Bit early in the morning for that though. Okay, so let me just check that this is good. So I'm using tabs, but I'm V-scoring them. That looks good. Rather than mouse bites, because they're just easier to clean. And this should be durable enough inside the pick and place machine. Good. So again, I need to load up the board template.
Cable Tie says just popping in. Can't stay long.
All good. Thank you for popping in. It's nice to see you. Okay, and let's export it. Grabbers. This is this one. Plot. Without. Drill file. I can automate this, by the way. I could make this script, output it as well. But I want to preview it first. I want to be able to see it in here. And be able to then reload it. Cool. So that one is now done. So next one. Again, I need to add the chamfer. That's what I had to take off because of the bug. And I want this to be 4 holes. I should just do those now. On all of them. 4-hole tooling. So it's pretty amazing you can script this. I've got to say. Very, very cool. Catch you later, Dave. Have a good sleep. Okay, so this is the side-by-side 2 proto, so the smaller version. I probably could have done 4 up on this one, but that's okay. Maybe I should. Should I do this one 4 up? Very easy to change. I can just go to here and say columns 4. We'll try it. No! Wrong one. That one. Okay, so that's 4 up. Let's just check how long the board is.
Scott L says, wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, this is being able to penalize this way is just absolutely amazing. Inspect board statistics. Yeah, it's only 170. That's actually shorter still than the other ones. So that's good. Okay, we'll do 4 up on that. Put the V-score back in, so save. Once again, I need to load up. And export the Gerbers. Okay, so this is side 2 proto. Can't spell.
Siegfried Homanto says JLCPCB Orkboy, which one better and why?
Nah. I can't answer that question. JLC are considerably cheaper, and their quality is more hit and miss. Just depends what you need, what you want, how confident you are with using them. Swamp weather in Tennessee, really? That sounds terrible. Yuck. Okay, so that's that done, and last one is just this.
Is it Christmas yet? Says Righty, I'm off to bed. Have a great night all. Just remember 17,287,622 seconds until Christmas.
Thanks, crazy boy. Yeah, Christmas. Okay, so last one.
Ingmar M says yes, weather like Darwin.
Yeah, bummer.
Is it Christmas yet? Says Night all.
Good night, mate. Okay, view.
Siegfried Homanto says UK goes to sleep. Me too. Ciao.
Catch you later, Siegfried. Thanks for joining. Thanks to all of you that are going to sleep now. Appreciate you hanging out. Okay, and Keen's not here, but he'll be happy to know that I fixed all the rotations of the VBAT. Some of them were back to front. Okay, that looks good. Okay, it's the last one. So I'm going to do all 4 of them, at least one production run of all 4, and see how we go. See how they sell. And then I'll just focus on the ones that are doing better than the others. Okay. It's still frustrating that JLC don't take the new X2 format. Not that it's new. Like, it's old now. There's going to be an X3 soon. Side 3. Okay. Plot. Generate drill file. Good. Done. Okay. Excuse me. So that should be all 4 of them. Well, I'm shucking an external hard drive to get replacement. Bummer. It always sucks when hard drives go down. Let's get these into a shopping cart and see how much I'm going to get absolutely I was going to say a word starting with R, but I'm not going to. I'm just logging into JLC. You don't want to see that part. That's boring. Okay. So, order now. Before I do that, I need to zip all these up. So, compress. That's one. Compress. That's two. That's three. Let's see. Oh, today, yesterday. Okay, that's four. Excuse me. So, first one. Alexa, turn off Save My Life.
Almighty says, are we there yet?
Did you mean fire?
Save My Life. Should have turned that off ages ago. Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet. We're trying. Catch you later, Dave. Have a good sleep. Oh, come on. These Gerbers are not that hard. What's going on? It does come around very fast every year, Michael. About as fast as it does every other year. Sorry, was that really... Whoa, look at that. So it's not understanding that cutout. That does not give me any confidence, that preview image. Great. So what is that? You gotta be kidding me. Translate. Load complete. Loading completed. Really? Like, it looks like it's got the outline right, but it's not showing it properly. Yeah, I know they can be glitchy, but I've never had them glitch this much. I don't know about that, Michael. I'm pretty sure it's the same length of time. It's just a perception thing, right? I'm going to try a different one. I upload much more complex panels than this and don't have that preview issue. Excuse me. So, I mean, I get them all reviewed anyway. I don't put any board in JLC anymore that doesn't have that I don't tick confirm production file. But see, this one looks better. This one looks right. Like, they don't cut out the middle sections, that's fine. But, okay, so let's see what this is going to cost. So we want black. Now, I can't just, like, I would normally go, oh, hang on, panel by customer, columns, 3 by 1. Let's do stencil, yes, framework, top. Sanding is just fine, confirm production, yes. Okay, so, excuse me, confirm production, yes. So, lead-free hassle is They had $1.20. Now, how many do I want? 5. That's 3 on a board. I don't know how many.
Cable tie says jumping in car to work. Still listening, not watching.
Okay, don't jump in your car. That's dangerous. Sit. Just sit in the car. Jumping in the car is not good. Anyway, so $52. And if I go Enig, 74. So 74 divided by, how many is that? 60. $1.20, or plus shipping, and shipping 3 kilograms. So that's going to be like an extra $80 for shipping. It's going to cost more for shipping than it's going to be for the boards. Do I go lead-free hassle or do I go Enig? Yes, I know, Mad Techie. Like, absolutely, we're spoiled. Spoiled rotten with PCBs now, manufacturing now. But still, we're also at least in the consumer space that I'm in, we're at a much more price delicate point as well. So, anyway, what do you think? Enig or lead-free hassle? I don't need the Enig for assembly, so it's really just a matter of the proto area being Enig for people. Does anyone have a preference? I used to only go Enig, full lead. Yeah, I'm not going to go full leaded. Yeah. But I would normally go Enig because it looks nicer, but it's a... I can't go lead. So it's either lead-free hassle or it's Enig. I'll just go Enig. Okay. That's one. Okay, let's do the next one.
Inkmar M says, I got a nice tour of a SMT assembly line yesterday. Yamaha SMT20, etc.
Ooh, the SMT20s are nice. Yeah. Very expensive. 220,000 each. I was looking at those. Yeah. I've been looking at new pick and place machines. Yeah. I've been looking at pick and place machines again. Surprise, surprise. Okay. So this one looks right. Okay, so 20 black Enig, panel by customer, 4x1. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Another 3 kilograms, they reckon. Fuck. You watch what my shipping bill is going to be at the end of this. Window shopping.
Saxy Susan says, take the lead and walk the dog.
Take the lead and walk the dog. I'm not understanding that analogy. What have I missed? Dun, dun, dun. I could make them 1mm thick, and that would make them cheaper. Lead. Okay, panel by customer, 1x3, 3x1. 20 again. Yep. Okay, save to cart. And the last one, which is the one that went funny before. Catch you later, Fred. Have a good sleep. Man, this is going to be expensive. See, it won't upload that one. Or it uploads it, but it's just can't seem to... There's something wrong with it. The 2-up Proto. It's not liking something about this file. And I don't know why. So there's no malformed board edge anywhere. Maybe I will re-export it. And press. Let's try again. Your last JLC shipping cost was $340. Yeah, KiCad Gerber Viewer look correct. I'll check in a second, but I'm pretty sure it will. Bit hard to see, but yeah, looks fine. It's just this having a whatever. Yeah, I've spent like $3,500 at JLC PCB over the last week and a half, and my shipping costs all up has been well over $1,000. Yeah, see, this is there's something going on that it's not liking. I better check all the edges. I mean, KiCad is not having. Oh, hang on. Well, that's a bit ugly. Why is that? Something to do with the chamfer. Why is there so many pieces on this chamfered edge? I wonder if the others have that as well. Let's see if I make the chamfers. That's just 2 up. It's this one here. If I make the chamfer just 1mm. It's bizarre. Like, I've not seen this before, so. No, wrong one. Go away. Okay, so that's with a 1mm chamfer. It's still the same. It's bizarre that this is having the problem and the other ones aren't. See again, why isn't that just a straight connection? I'm not sure what it is. I mean, he's doing something with the arc, with the curves. Like, my curves were just a general arc. Okay. Yeah, I doubt it's the script. It would be happening on all of them. I should be okay submitting it, because I'm going to get to check it first, right? 4x1. I think I'll just check it and have a chat with them about it. Yes, top. Yes, ENIG black 1.6 panel by customer 4x1 and 20 of them. Save to cart. I don't know if it's a no, because these are all done the same way with the same outlines and the same tooling part and everything else, the script. So I would think that, I don't know, I'll have to speak to, I'll send it to Jan and see what he says. He's asleep now, but I'll do it overnight tonight. So here we go. So it's $300 worth of boards and stencils. The 4 stencils doesn't help, but 11.8 kilograms. So if I go secure checkout, oh wait, is that going to show my address? I bet you it will. Hang on a moment. Yes, it does. I don't want to dox myself. Whoa! Okay, but here we go. Not sure if you can see that. $218 just in shipping. So almost 100% more of the price. Look at that. So $521 US. And so 20 panels. So that's 60, 80 and 80. So 160 and 120, 200 and 340 boards. Holy moly. $520. $521 divided by 340 boards. That's $1.50 per PCB. So that's $1. That's just for the PCB, $1.50 for each one of these. That is crazy. I get that the stencils are adding a tremendous cost to that. And that's a one-off. But wow, like that's such a... Anyway. Yeah. Well, nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna I'm actually not gonna order it right now. I'll wait. I'm gonna have to think about the ENIG stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, yeah. What are you going to do? Okay, I think that it's been almost 2 hours. I need a coffee. I've got lots of soldering still to do. You don't want to watch me solder. Soldering is boring. It really is. I apologise. I only got 4 of them done. That's 4. Better than nothing. I have no idea if I've got any stock left though. I should just, let me just check that now. Okay, I have 1 now left in stock. So that means, plus these, so that means I'll have 19. So cool, okay, well, yeah, I still have to do all of the marketing, as I said, documentation. RMP has...
A scientist says, are we still talking Reflow Master Pro? I'm late, I did buy one yesterday though.
We are. I was actually just going to wrap up the stream, but we are. So Sid just asked, yes, you can control up to 2 fans. You can connect 2 fans and control them both during the reflow process or bake process and after. So you can set what their duty cycle or what their power and how long they're on for after the reflow process for cooldown. And you can also set them to run during reflow if you want to use them for circulation. No, FedEx is for me is problematic. Just I get stuff stopped with FedEx all the time with stupid asbestos declarations and other stuff. I much prefer DHL. 100% reliable. My DHL guy is a really nice guy. I do a lot of DHL. Speaking of which, I need to ship a box of Adafruit today by DHL. Oh, my chair's gone squeaky. Excuse me. Yeah, I much prefer DHL. Yeah, so yeah, I got lots of, like, I didn't even supply a wiring diagram with the boards I've shipped to my patrons. I'll get there. I'll get all that stuff online. It's all the boring stuff now, you know, making hardware. Designing hardware is fun. Prototyping it, assembling it, testing it. Writing the firmware, not so much. Then doing all of the other stuff that you need to do to be able to sell it. That's the boring part. But I'll get there. I'll get it done. I'm hopefully going to get done by the end of this week, and I'll probably launch maybe Reflow Master Pros maybe this weekend to the public. Yeah, which is pretty cool. And then when they run out until I can make some more. Crazy. Just got Streamlight made when watching you, and it's just got Streamlight. I don't know what Streamlight is, but go to sleep. It's midnight, past midnight. Okay, and I'm going to get back to hand soldering. Yeah, but a lot of my DHL stuff gets...
M says, cheers, C, and I will still be here for next week's stream.
Sorry to hear that, mate. I hope you learned something cool, though. Or at least get to do something interesting. Yeah, I get delays with DHL all the time at the moment as well, out of China. Just the state of China right now. Okay, thank you all for joining, and sorry for my coughing. Thanks for putting up with that, and I will catch you all next week. And thanks for those that did super chat and stuff. It was really appreciated. Hope you take care. Catch you all next week. Bye.